Howdy, folks. Welcome to this week's Ag Report. So this week, gonna share something maybe a little bit different, just something closer to home that we kind of did. In agriculture now with the internet and that kind of stuff, you can connect with different farm groups, all across the country. But for years and years, the way that pretty much happened, and it still does. A lot of times, different state organizations or groups would do ag education trips. So they would take the group and go to different parts of the country and do educational trips, kind of learn and see how agriculture is done in different parts of the country. And you may think, well, we grow wheat in Minnesota and we grow wheat in South Texas. Wheat's wheat, right? Well, yes, wheat is wheat, but the soil and the growing season from South Texas to Minnesota is night and day different. The planting times are different. Even the types of wheat that they grow and raise is different. We raise a winter wheat, and you get way up north, and they're going to raise a spring wheat. Just because a lot of times that wheat cannot live through those sub-zero temperatures all winter long in there. So we take trips to visit and connect with other producers. So Heather and I had the opportunity to host a group from Minnesota. They were taking trips down through the Midwest, and they came into Oklahoma. And we had a friend through Texas Farm Bureau that these ladies and these folks were from Minnesota Farm Bureau. So a friend in Anderson County called us up and he said, "Hey, got some folks coming down. Would y'all mind, kind of talking with them and kind of sharing, what y'all do and your story, kind of where you came from, what you've done in the past, that kind of stuff." That's a hashtag I created years ago. It's called Texas Agriculture Story. So I was sharing my Texas agriculture story and Heather's with them. So they came down, and some of the stuff we talked about was our direct marketing. As y'all may know, we sell our meats and things direct to the public. So we cooked them breakfast. We cooked breakfast with the eggs that we sell, the milk and the orange juice that we sell, the breakfast sausage, all of that kind of stuff. And we thought that was a good introduction to kind of our talking points. We fed them breakfast, and then we just kind of talked with them, from years ago when we started, kind of day one, and kind of what our agriculture life has looked like through those years. We talked about the corn mazes that we did and the educational things that we've done, the different crops that we have tried to raise to generate some niche income. We talked about our direct marketing, that kind of stuff. And then we also heard from them about what they do. Like there's a lady, they have a dairy, and in a dairy, of course, they keep the heifers back, and that's what they breed and milk. But the bull calves, they sell on. Those bull calves, usually don't bring a whole lot of money. So what they had kind of started doing was taking those bull calves and selling ground beef. They had it processed into ground beef, and then that became a little niche market for them to sell. But it was really it was interesting, and these were fellow folks in agriculture. So I'm sure that sometime in your life, you probably sat in church and heard the pastor say, "Well, I'm preaching to the choir." And that's kind of what it was. It was fellow folks that are full-time producers, and we have a lot of the same experiences, but it was just neat connecting with them, sitting down, having breakfast with them, and talking about, what they do there, kind of what we do here, our urban, environment that we're in here, what that looks like, what that means, and how we work with that. And it makes a connection, and a lot of times those connections last, for years and years. And so just yesterday, one of the ladies, they're back home now. They sent us a picture of a big snow that they had. And so, I'm out spraying corn in short sleeves yesterday, and they get a big snow, and she puts on there, "Can I come back to Texas?" And so my wife says, "Long as you leave that snow up there." So, but it's just, it's fun stuff like that, and it's connecting, and like I say, their seasons are different. They're still in the dead of winter up there and getting snow, and here we are, trying to raise a spring crop and get ready to bale hay and that kind of stuff. So anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this, and y'all take care now.